we together, then we're ride or die. I don't fuck with that bitch. You don't fuck with that bitch.
I'm not going because I fuck with her. Though. I'm going because I fuck with her husband, or I used to fuck with her husband.
Your dad is not dealing with hair loss, and he decided to cut all his hair off. My daddy is bald as fuck because he ain't got no hair.
Do you think Tarzan was a virgin when he met Jane, or was he clapping gorilla cheek?
All right, welcome back, Squabble Podcast. Thank you so much for tuning back in. We have our very first guest speaker back with us, Miss Kiari Marah. Thank you for blessing our streams. For today's episode, we are in complete darkness. We don't know what this man has planned, with the exception of my Am I the Asshole stories. So let's get into it.
I'm scared.
So the first game is just like normal icebreaker. The category is top 5 most popular soft drinks. So you can be as specific as you want. You can say diet this, regular that, so on and so forth. So
okay.
I don't think we played the game. Have you played the game with you?
I have not, but I already know.
Okay.
So I got to write all 5 or just my
number them if you can. And then so what we do is obviously if you get in the top 5, you get the point, but if you also guess what number 3 is and you put it in the third slot, you get a bonus point because you put it in the exact spot. So I'll start 10 up or 10 down. So number 10 is Diet Mountain Dew. All right. Number 9 is Fanta. They didn't specify if it was orange or anything like that. Number 8 is Coke Zero.
Okay.
Number 7 is Diet Pepsi.
Okay.
Number 6 is Sprite. I know that knocked out somebody. Yeah. Number 5 threw me off because it's nasty to me. Mountain Dew. Number 4, Dr. Pepper.
Okay.
Number 3, Diet Coke.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, Pepsi. And number 1 is the good old Coca-Cola.
Okay, so I got Coke as number 2.
So you only get 1 point.
Okay.
How many points do you have total?
I have 3 points.
I have 2 because I got Coke and I got it as my number 1. So.
Oh, that was the only one you got at all?
Yeah.
You were 2 for 2.
Yeah.
But now you're 2 for 3.
All right. I got the Coke, the
You got to come up with like a little something for the winners. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So that was a little quick one, just to even though you don't need an icebreaker, but that was a little quick one.
How did Sprite get so far down the list?
Yeah.
That's what
how did Mountain Dew?
I meant to say this is based off sales of 2022. My bad, but yeah. So the 2022 people just weren't messing with Sprite.
All right. Am I the asshole for expecting my husband to stay home after I was excluded from his friend's funeral? My husband's friend, Joe, passed away after a long struggle with cancer. I was obviously devastated by this loss. We were good friends, and I admittedly am not on good terms with his widow. I can't pinpoint what the exact is due. What? Okay, pause. I can't pinpoint what exactly is the reason. I'm just gonna correct her sentence. All I can say is that we don't get along. The biggest blow up I had with her was after I posted health updates about Joe on my personal social media account. I thought this was normal since we had lots of mutual friends, but she clearly had an issue with it. She called me names, then blocked me. Now the funeral is going to be in 2 days. I just found out I got excluded by her. My husband is still going, which I found unfair and quite devastating. I didn't want to miss Joe's funeral, but can't do anything about it now. I did tell my husband that I expect him to stay home and not go after I got excluded. He snapped and said what I was expecting was unfair and that whatever petty fight between me and Joe's widow was none of his concern. I told him that I'm his wife and he should stand by me, especially when I'm being treated like this, but he said it wasn't his problem. Now we're not speaking because of it. Some mutual friends are siding with me. Others think Joe's widow created the situation to begin with. Am I the asshole?
Is she the asshole for being mad at her husband? Is that what the big thing is? Or
for expecting her husband to stay home after she was excluded from the funeral?
I think so. That's somebody, your friend died. You go pay your respect. If none of you can go, one of you should go. I'm not saying I'm gonna go over there and go to the wake and partake and talk to everybody. But I'm gonna show my respect and then come back.
I want to be an asshole and say, y'all forgive me, but if we together, then we're right or die. I don't fuck with that bitch. You don't fuck with that bitch.
I'm not going because I fuck with her. I'm going because I fuck with her husband, or I used to fuck with her husband.
You know what?
They don't like me. We don't like them. That's it. But okay, so if we're gonna be reasonable, then I would tell my spouse to go ahead and go. Like, I wouldn't care, but catch me on a bad day and it's fuck all y'all, and we ain't got to worry about her no more anyway. 100%. She did. Yeah. Sorry. Sorry. My bad.
I just feel like I don't know. Like, I get it because I would get it if it was anything else. If it was a birthday party or this, but this is somebody died, so, and it was a mutual friend to both of y'all. If it was just his friend and then she got into it with his wife, maybe, or if it was just her friend, but it's a mutual friend. If I can't go,
but I feel like,
so would it make a difference if it was just his friend?
Yeah.
So your friend, unfortunately, passed away. The wife doesn't like me. I'm not close with your friend, but we typically go together. So that wouldn't be a problem.
If you ask me to stay, that would be more of a problem.
I agree.
Only because for me specifically, my boys, I've known for 10 plus years. So it's like, I don't have a new friend to be like, oh, what happened?
Okay. Yeah. If it were just my friend and I asked you to stay.
No, I'm not going. That's your friend.
So since it's a mutual friend, I'm excluded. I asked you to stay. You're still going.
But for me,
when you break it down like that, it sounds a little different. But yeah, I'll say 10 total. I think he could, because it's not like, I feel like you just, when it comes to dead people, you pay your respects, say your farewell, and then it's not like I'm going to go have fun without you. I'm going to go.
But if they're dead,
how petty is it that you exclude me from a funeral? Like,
exactly.
In this space right here, you're deciding to exclude me and still be petty rather than mourning your loved one. Fuck y'all. Like, because then.
So why is it fuck both of them? Just because of something she did. He didn't do nothing.
If it's truly about paying respects, though, you can pay your respects from afar. You don't have to go to the funeral. They did. They don't know you there.
We can get some balloons and let them go in your honor if you want.
Yeah.
But we not going to that funeral. She don't want us there. We're one.
No, she don't want. Okay.
No, we're one.
Mess up if you want to.
She don't want you.
Mess up if you want to.
I didn't do nothing.
Okay.
I don't know. Okay. So
that's petty, though.
You say no, she's not the asshole. She's not the asshole. I say she is the asshole. So,
who thinks about that? Like, oh, she can't come to the funeral. Girl, you don't go mourn your loved one and shut up.
Am I the asshole for going off on a girl in a parking lot? Last evening, I, 27 male, had a small shopping trip to take care of. As I was exiting into the parking lot when it was over, I noticed a young woman standing conspicuously outside her car, staring at her phone and looking upset. She had been standing there as I entered the store, so I assumed that she had locked herself out of her car. I put my bags in my car and approached her to ask what was wrong. She wouldn't even let me approach. As I walked up, she backed away from me like I was some kind of threat and told me not to get closer to her. I was pissed off, but I still asked her if she needed help. She said that she didn't and there was someone on the way. I laughed and said that since I was there now, I'd be able to help her a lot faster than whoever was waiting for her, or whoever she was waiting for, my bad. I said that I had the tools in my car to help her with the lockout. She said some stuff exasperately, and I decided to head back to my car and get the tools. As she saw me walking back towards her, she ran away from me, as if I had a fucking knife or something. I went after her because I was worried for her safety. Stupidly, she ended up backing herself into a corner instead of going into the store. At this point, I kind of lost my temper. I shouted at her for being ungrateful and that she could have gotten me into trouble for running off like that. When a kind stranger offers you help in a pinch, you fucking accept, not act like you're going to kill you. At this point, she threatened to call the police for the horrific crime of trying to help her out, but good luck with that lady. So I rolled my eyes, flipped her off, got in my car, and left. I could see why some would claim I was being a bit aggressive, but I think I was responding reasonably to someone threatening me treating me like dog shit when I was only trying to help.
I actually have a similar. This happened to my mom. We went to this is when I was like 12 or 14. We went to the aquatic center. My mom was a registered nurse, and a kid hit their head on the side of the concrete, bleeding. And my mom said it's very similar. That I could help. I'm a registered nurse. I have gauze in the car. I can help you faster than the ambulance can come. The parents said no. We'll just wait. My mom we went on about our day, and I went to my swimming lesson. And afterwards, I asked her, I was like, were you upset? She was like, no, all I can do is offer help. You say no, you say no. So that's what he should have did.
Yeah.
Whether you had the tools or not, if she said no, move on. Not
Agreed.
do all the extra shit. So are you the asshole?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't make somebody take your help. They
Yeah.
don't want your help.
100%. That's insane. Am I the asshole for insulting my dad's friend? I, 16 female, traveled to a different country with my parents and their friends, a married couple. They're about 45 years old. The male of the couple is bald. We met up outside of our hotel to go on a tour. I was wearing long, black, ripped jeans, and when I left the hotel and he saw me, he stared at my jeans and said, "Where's the rest of your jeans?" I looked him dead in the eye and said, "Where's the rest of your hair?" His wife cackled, but saw he looked pissed off and stopped laughing. He's called me an asshole. My parents are calling me an asshole. They think I'm absolutely ridiculous and immature, and they said it was very out of pocket because he made a silly joke about my clothes and I insulted him. Am I the asshole?
No.
Why is he worried about your clothes?
Right. I mean, you made a silly joke. I made a silly joke. Now we all fucking laughing.
Exactly.
So.
You fuck around and find out.
Almost everything that the adults can say about you being out of line, you can flip it back. Except for the fact that he's an adult and you're not. But other than that, it's like, why are you so worried about his hair? Why are you so worried about my pants?
Right, exactly.
It was out of line. That was petty, but you're also, what, 16, she said?
Yeah, 16.
But he
versus
was petty.
a 45-year-old.
Right.
16-year-old to do when you
So,
say something.
some people in the comments were saying that he was commenting on something that she could easily change and just like go change her clothes or whatever. And she commented on it.
Mind your business.
But there was an edit. So she said, for everyone asking, he chooses to be bald. He likes the look. I wouldn't even consider commenting on something genetic or illness driven. I genuinely think the only reason he is so butthurt was the fact that I said something back and didn't just laugh at his comment.
So then, yeah.
So she's even less of an asshole. She was an asshole to begin with, but that right there just cleared up anything.
Well enough alone.
She's not. I'm not saying she's an asshole, but now that kind of makes the joke now it's funny. If he chose to be bald and you say, "Where's your hair?"
I mean, that kind of makes it more even in a way because she chose to put on those clothes. You chose to be bald.
Who chooses to be bald?
My daddy. Don't do that.
Yeah,
so your dad is not dealing with hair loss, and he decided to cut all his hair off. My daddy is bald as fuck because he ain't got no hair, so can't relate. My daddy just decided, I'm not gonna keep fighting with this balding, and it is what it is.
My dad used to have like these braids, like cornrow braids. Like my daddy had hair, but yeah, he cut it off. He used to do all different types of things. Like he had a mohawk at one time, actually.
That's cool. My dad had none of that shit. My dad has not had hair since he was like maybe 35.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
What would you say is the difference between a robber and a thief?
A robber is more violent, like someone who attacks you with like a weapon, like a knife or a gun.
But then that's armed.
A robber is somebody who takes things from actually you. Like if I come and take something off of your person or take something while you're there, you know that you have knowledge of me taking it. A thief is someone who does it behind your back. So you have no clue who did it. You maybe can figure it out later, but they never did it while you were present.
Okay. So now that you have your two sons, like we've talked about multiple times, do you feel like actually, I'm not even gonna say obviously. Do you feel like now that you have a family, two sons and a husband, you are doing things less impulsively than you would have done in terms of like get back? Like somebody cuts you off, pisses you off. Like when you were younger, you would have been quick to say whatever back, but now you're like, I'm in front of my kids, maybe not.
In front of my kids.
Is it worth it? Maybe not.
In front of my kids, I won't say anything. I just in my head curse them out because I don't want my kids to do that, which that has happened, by the way. Really? When Bryson was younger, he was in the car with my mom, and my mom said every time like somebody would cut her off, he'd be in the back in his little car seat going, "Don't do that, stupid!" And I was like, "Oh, that's my fault," like because I've been like fussing at people. So I tried to make sure that I like worked on that. So I cursed them out in my head. But when they're not in the car, you might get a little beep beep. What the hell?
So I got a scenario for you. You've heard this one on Sunday. But it's at any point, I'm going to give you a scenario. Keep in mind that you are with your sons. At any point during the story, if you feel like this is the point where you're like, I'm going to say something in front of my kids, just raise your hand and then we'll stop right there and talk about it. All right.
Okay.
So you're driving to Kroger. You're waiting for the parking spot. And right after that car pulls out and you're about to pull in, a car steals your spot. All right. So no hand? Okay, get back. So you don't say anything. You go get a new spot. You walk in, get with your buggy. And as you're shopping, the person who cut you off is on the phone and they walk by in the same aisle. Y'all make eye contact and you hear them say, nah, girl, I'm not doing nothing. I'm just shopping. I was in a rush, so I had to cut this punk ass car off. And they laugh.
Marcy, can you take your brother to the bathroom? Because, man, who the fuck you talking to?
Well, there's one more. And then, well, you already raised your hands. I'll read it as if you didn't.
Okay.
Since you raise your hand off that's not even the worst part. So
that's not the worst part.
Is they can, after they laugh, they continue to say, but I ain't worried about it because they ain't going to beat my ass. They hold the phone down, look at you and say, are you? But at this point, your boys are already at the but they got to get out the bathroom eventually.
They do, but by the time I handle what I need to handle, it ain't gonna be too long.
They're gonna be wondering why they couldn't get the Cheerios and why they can never go to Kroger again.
We're going to Publix. I prefer Publix anyway.
You know, it's a whole bunch of like pranks going on nowadays. Like you go on Instagram and someone in Walmart, this old lady with the red shirt look a little mustier, and then it's an actual old lady with a red shirt. Yeah, and then if they look and say something, oh no, I'm on the phone. Right. Like, no.
Did y'all see
if you're going to say it with your chest. Address me so I know who it is.
Did y'all see that thing where this guy shot a dude in the mall? Because he walked up to him and he was doing this little skit and he had somebody recording and the dude told him a couple times, like, leave me alone. And he's still playing and the dude pulls a gun out and now he didn't die, but he was shot nevertheless. I don't agree with shooting someone, but I do feel like there needs to be like some type of cadence when it comes to you playing around or you even playing in my face like that. You don't know what day I had. You don't know my mental state. Everybody's not in the mental state for that type of stuff. Exactly. Leave folks the hell alone.
Honestly, like I could only imagine, you know, when you having a real bad day and then like you walk by a door handle and it catches your pants loop and that's just the last straw.
Now you mad at the door?
Someone at Walmart would be that last straw.
And now you got somebody getting shot at the Walmart. Now this person in jail because you just don't. And yes, people are like, well, you should be able to handle yourself better. Yes, I agree. People should be able to handle themselves better. But in a day and age where we're pushing mental health and being aware of people's like, you know, moods and things of that nature, pushing therapy, stop messing with folks. Leave folks alone. Like I'm just trying to go to the Kroger and give my kids some Fruit Loops. Like, what if it was a mom who didn't have money and that was all she had? And you catch her on the day where she's just trying to get her kids the last thing of freaking Fruit Loops so they can eat dinner that night. You don't know, y'all. Leave folks alone. That's crazy. I mean, if that's all you had, that's all I had. You know?
In the kids' eyes, that's probably like spectacular.
That's amazing. Yeah. Have y'all seen the cereal bars now they have in Atlanta? Man, they have actual cereal bars, y'all.
Oh, like a liquor bar, but with cereal? Yeah. I thought you were talking about like the granola bars, but cereal.
Like a cereal bar. Like you can go, they have different types of cereal. Okay. You can have it with ice cream. You can have it with pet milk. You can have 2%, all of the things.
I'll just get Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I'll be the one to wait. I don't like going to buffets because I get like the 5 things I like. And I feel like at a buffet, you're supposed to get your money's worth, but I'll get the same 5 things, eat 2 plates, and I'm done.
Buffets
some people actually go crazy.
Though. They're not as good as they used to
be. Speaking of food, is soup, when you're eating soup or when you handle soup, are you drinking it or are you eating it?
It depends. What's in it? Yeah.
Is it a hearty soup?
So not like, I'm not talking about like the carrot chunks. I'm talking about just the liquid itself. Are you eating it?
Once I get the chunks out, I'm drinking.
I don't drink it.
But you know, sometimes, your what you just said was different. I was talking about sometimes you get a spoonful and there's none of the extra.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you ate it or do you feel like you drank it?
I drank it from a spoon. I sipped it rather.
Yeah.
Sipped it. Okay.
Yeah, it's sipping at that
Speaking
point.
of which, I actually just like created my, well, not created, but I found out how to make broth.
Okay.
It's really simple.
Yeah.
Y'all gonna look at me like I'm stupid.
When you said it, I was like, you didn't know how to
When I
make
play
broth?
this
No.
When this comes out on Sunday, you'll see the face I just made.
I've literally, I've never seen the recipe for broth, but the other day when I was making rice, I made too much of the water. I do two different types of rice. I do butter rice and then I do the chicken bouillon rice. So I made too much of the water, so I poured a little bit out in a different pot, and I was like, I don't want to just toss it. So I put it in a cup, and I just drunk the broth. Like, this is delicious.
What TV show would y'all want to be in?
Girlfriends.
Really? With Maylin or Late? I remember, all I remember is the light skin one. And then the
Tracy
badass
Ellis
one.
Ross?
Yeah. No. There was another one that was like all spiritual.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
Lynn.
That's all I Lynn, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
What show would you want to be? But that's canceled. Not canceled, but yeah, it's not airing right now, right?
Oh, so you want it? Okay, so I didn't know.
No, I didn't say specifically, but I'm saying like nothing
no.
right now.
No.
You wouldn't want to be in like a Real Housewives? I feel like you
Absolutely not. Absolutely
What?
not. No, because
What's that show that you said I'm like a vampire slayer or something?
First Kiss.
Yeah.
First Kill.
First Kill.
Kiss.
I'll be in that.
I've never seen them.
It's really good.
It's on
Netflix? It's called First Kill.
First Kill.
First
Okay.
Kill.
Now back to you. Why do you think I'd be on Housewives?
I just feel like you have if you wanted to be, you could fit in with. I don't watch it like that, so I'm outside looking in. But just a little TikTok clips I see.
Do you think?
But they'll be like, hit her, bitch. And then you see the interview. Yeah, I told her to hit her. And so I can see you.
I'd be the one in jail. I can't do that because they would be like, oh my God. Okay, so if you don't watch Housewives, do you?
Only the Atlanta version.
Dang, I was about to say, do y'all remember Potomac when not Monica, what was it? Monique beat up Candace. I feel like I would be Monique. Monique kept saying, leave me alone. And Candace said, drag me. So she did just that. And they kicked her off the show. So I would be her. That's why I wouldn't be able to survive on those shows. Give me a scripted something.
But then once you get out, those are like the extra drama ones. Those ones that get the spinoffs. Get invited to different talk shows to talk about that scene over and over and over again.
As much as crazy as I am, I really just want peace, love, and happiness. Just leave me the hell alone. That's it.
What were you gonna say?
I changed my answer.
Okay.
Bad Girls Club.
Shut up.
I would be red because I get no sleep because of y'all.
Oh my God.
I would totally be red. Yeah.
I could not see you on the Bad Girls
Really?
Club. Okay, so now they have Baddies East, and I don't see it, but I see the clips. And because I'm not paying, who's gonna pay for that subscription anyway? Well, Vicky is always like, praise Jesus when they're fighting. She's like, God bless y'all. I love Jesus loves you. Jesus loves you. And I'm like, that would be you.
Yeah. It was
in the back singing your church song.
We were just talking about church at work today. We were like talking about how, because I break out in random songs any moment of the day.
All the time.
100%. And Chandler had mentioned, like, do you ever think like there's atheists around and they can go to HR on you? And I'm like, and yeah, I'm not gonna stop my God.
She then says, I mean, I'm not gonna do anything but sing louder. And I was just like, Brittany was like, well, and also like, if you don't like my God, then I mean, that's just your problem. Can't tell it all.
What body part do you feel like you wouldn't miss if you lost it?
My weenus.
Your elbow?
Mm-hmm.
You'll be walking around like this. No way to bend your arm. I feel like I can go without an ear.
Stand like this and see how it works. That works.
You could do it.
You bent it. You bent it.
Oh, I did?
Yeah, you did like this. No, you have to go.
Okay, I changed my answer.
I think I can go without an ear.
Perfect answer. My arch. Because I don't have one.
That's not a body part.
It's not?
No, a body part is like your foot, your ankle, the arch is a part of your. It's what it should be shaped like, but that's not a part of your. It's not a part of your.
My eyebrow.
Okay.
Eyebrow.
We'll go eyebrow.
My pinky toe.
That is actually very.
No, it's your big toe.
Really?
Is it? Is it essential?
I thought it was the pinky toe.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Speaking of big toe, do you ever think that the big toe gets subconscious of being called the big toe?
Yeah.
Since we're talking about
Yeah.
sensitivities and all that shit. Because nobody else is called the little toe. I mean, the pinky is the only other toe that gets called something different. But that's
And the
just
other
pinky.
toes are just toes. You never
Toes,
thought
but you
about
got a
that.
big toe. You don't
I
think,
mean,
you
same
ever,
with the thumb.
I mean, you have
no,
your
the
middle
thumb
finger,
is on the
ring
same level as
finger,
pinky.
pointer
It's not
finger.
called big, anything like it could be
Yeah.
self-conscious about
Ring
its
finger.
size. When you eat a gummy bear, do you eat the head first or the bottom?
I just eat the whole thing. Devour.
You don't want to know how I eat mine.
But you eat the back?
I stretch it and then I lick it and then
Why
and then like little holes form because it's stretched and then it breaks in half and then I eat whichever half is the biggest.
Why do you think people say I got your back when most of the time danger comes from your front?
I think it's because of, oh my God, that's not Kill Bill. Who are the Charlie's Angels?
Oh, and they have the back
to back. You can't see your back. So if you're in a situation, let's say you're in a room, danger can actually come from any side. So I have your back. You focus on that side. I have your back.
Maybe because, I'm from a different perspective than the person that I'm saying this for. And I see things that you don't see. And I'm in rooms, that you're spoken of that you're not around.
Oh, so you think they mean not your literal back?
Not your literal back, but
I got you when you're not around. I could speak for you when you're not around.
When you're not here.
Or defend you.
Yeah, because they're not going to say what they really wanted to say when you're not, if you were actually there. But I have your back. I'm going to make sure that even if you're not here, you're represented well.
I like that.
That makes sense. Do you ever think that if you take really good care of a cow and you spoil a cow, they'll produce spoiled milk?
No, it probably tastes better because they like you.
Yeah.
What would you bring with you to a deserted island?
Water.
Water? What would you bring?
What would you bring? Oh, man, here she go. Come on, say it. The Hummer. The other day.
That's crazy.
I ask questions in that question of the days almost every day. Mm-hmm. Yesterday's question of the day was, if you could move anywhere, where would it be? And then we got to your lovely fiance here, and I said, where would you move? She said, Bahama. I said, but I didn't say he couldn't go. I just meant, what place would you like to live? And she said, Bahama. I don't care where I live, as long as Bahama is there. And I was just like, Brittany, answer the question.
But how come whenever people are asked what they would bring with them on desert island, nobody ever says a boat?
That's a good question.
I don't know how to drive a boat. You know how to drive a boat?
I mean, I can
So
roll
you just
that
gonna
boat.
stay there? You just gonna stay there? Or we just gonna stay there? You gonna stay there with your wife? Nobody ever says boat.
I ain't gonna lie. As long as I got my core 3, I don't really care. I'm with her. Like,
yeah.
I want my kids to survive. Me and Sheldon, we're gonna kill all of the animals. We're gonna eat well. We're gonna have good fresh water, and I'm good.
But don't kill all of them. You gotta let them.
You gotta let them.
Yeah.
So
y'all can go eat each other.
And our dessert, I have some good.
That went dark really fast.
How many cereals do y'all think go inside of cereal box? How many cereals do y'all think go inside your bowl?
It depends on the cereal, because I'm sure a lot more of the Fruity Pebbles would fit than the actual tricks.
Like 100 Fruity Pebbles, 200 tricks? Like if you had to put a number on it. For the box first, bowl second.
I would say maybe 2 to 3,000. I don't know.
$1 million for Fruity Pebbles for box.
You think $1 million Fruity Pebbles are in the box?
Do you know how small Fruity Pebbles are?
No, but I don't think $1 million. Those little.
As small as they are, if you count out.
I take it back because I'm sure once they get crunched up, then it probably breaks into $1 million. But I don't think $1 million was put in it fresh off the factory shoot. Once it got to the store, it probably broke up into $1 million.
Yeah. I
don't know, $1 million's a lot though. $1 million is a lot. I might not even get behind $1 million anymore.
Really?
Maybe.
$1 million is a lot.
For
maybe
tricks,
half
I'd say yeah. For tricks, I'll say 100,000.
100,000?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Do you think Tarzan was a virgin when he met Jane, or was he clapping gorilla cheeks?
I think he was clapping gorilla cheeks. He was a part of a gorilla family.
And he was a grown man.
Right.
He went through his puberty. He's no way in hell. He was just. But actually, but you don't know because you don't know what it like. If he's really
Who thinks this?
if he really was raised by gorillas, like boys,
he thinks he's a gorilla,
yeah,
so he doesn't know.
But like he doesn't think about. He may not have thought about it. He might have obviously gone through his hormones, but like he doesn't think I need to do something with this because. Boys, we grew up because we saw it on TV or.
I mean,
I'm pretty sure he done seen two gorillas get it in. You've been to the zoo before.
Yeah, but I don't know.
But you know what? And when I think about it from the mindset of Tarzan, he thought he was a gorilla, so it wouldn't be weird for him to have a little gorilla girlfriend. Mm-hmm. They probably broke up and then he met Jane.
Yeah.
The part that I hated about that movie that was unrealistic to me, how'd you go up around gorillas and then you meet a human and now you can speak English?
Right.
You're not supposed to think about those things.
You're not.
Disney just.
It's the most magical place on earth.
I used to
it's
think
magic.
about things you're not supposed to like in the Avengers when they fight in the city, nobody ever thinks about it. You just fucked up the whole city.
Mm-hmm. Now who's gonna build it back?
Yeah, exactly.
Taxpayers.
You saved millions, but you just killed 100,000 or 1,000 in the city. Off this one scene. I used to think about all types of stuff like that.
Okay, what's next? I like these questions.
Do you ever think that muffins are the cupcakes, that smoothies are the milkshakes? Like muffins and
absolutely,
cupcakes are cousins?
100%.
Mm-hmm.
So do you think the only thing that makes a cupcake is the icing on top?
Yes.
Or is it the sweetness of it?
It's the icing on top.
Honestly, it's a mixture of both.
But muffins are
sweet. You make them the same, right? Like the instructions are the same. Right?
It's cake.
Yeah. But honestly, I haven't had a sweet muffin that doesn't have like either fruit or nuts in it. I haven't had fruit. I don't like blueberry muffins, but I have had a blueberry muffin. So I haven't had like a. Why are you making that face?
You don't like blueberry muffin? That's like the basic
banana nut.
Ew, I hate banana. You notice we get Otis Spunkmeyer muffins.
Yeah, but this face is for the ill.
Oh. That's nasty. Banana nut.
I like those.
Would you like banana nut?
Yeah, I like both of them though. I'm a real big girl. I like the both.
Would you rather be in a zombie apocalypse with your family and you watch them all die in front of you, or you go through an alien abduction alone?
I would sacrifice myself. I'd go to.
I'm doing zombie apocalypse. At least I get, even though I see them all die in front of me, at least I get to be with them a little longer. Alien abduction is just me up there, and I'm still worried about them.
I wouldn't know Sheldon got my kids.
You would hope so.
No, I know so.
That man don't play by his kids.
He don't. I was about to say, that man right there, one thing I can say, I am so proud of this. I chose an amazing dad for my kids. Like, he is a true protector. Like, and I don't doubt for 2 seconds that if you asked him that same question, he would have said, okay, well, I'll go. Tika got the kids. Like, sacrifice himself all the time. Even right now, still at work. Like, that's my baby. He got them kids. I ain't worried. I'll go.
But if you choose zombie apocalypse, y'all can get the kids together.
But you said I would have to see them killed in front of me.
They are. What if?
No.
They could die.
I don't want to see them die, be killed. I'll go.
Let's say your oldest is now 15. You and your husband were supposed to have a date night. He's supposed to be babysitting. And for whatever reason, you come home early. You're probably not going to check in with him. You're just like, let's go home early, right? You come in, walking through the living room. I don't know how your house is structured, but you're walking through the garage, through the living room, turn the light, and he's getting his dick sucked by a little girl. What you doing? Not in front of his brother or nothing. His brother's over there playing video games or whatever he likes to do. He snuck a little girl, man.
I'm cussing everybody the heck out.
Everybody?
First, yes. Because why are you on your knees in my living room? You have no respect for yourself.
She laying on the couch. Why she gotta be on her knees?
Why are you in my living room giving fellatio? Like in a common space?
Yeah.
Like, no, this is not your home.
It better if he was in his room?
It does not. Well, we're gonna get there. This first and foremost is not your home to be out here having any type of sexual acts in my common space. I'm cussing everybody out, and I'm making you get your behind on the phone and you calling your mama. And I'm telling her you sucking dick in my damn living room. And after that, don't bring your ass to my house no more. And if you come to my house again, please understand, you will be met with the police. Because why are you here? I've asked you not to come. You are now trespassing. Secondly, my son is going everywhere with me. You no longer get the privilege or the wherewithal to be trusted because you have just completely disobeyed my trust and my house rules. Like, I'm not a strict parent when it comes to like sexual things, but you don't sneak and get your dick sucked in my living room. Like, that's so disrespectful.
Does it change if you? Does it? I have 2 follow-ups. The first one, does it change if it's, let's say there were girls and your daughter is doing it?
I'm cussing everybody out.
So same
I'm calling your mama and telling your mama that your child was getting his dick sucked in my living room. I'm then calling the police still. The next time you come to my house, young man, you will be met with the police.
Okay. So let's say Langston's the youngest one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's say you already did that the first time. Now Langston's 15. He does it. Wait. But is it messed up? Can your oldest son be mad if you did all that for him and then Langston gets caught up and you don't do as big of or he feels like you didn't do as big of a...
I would want him to be mad because for me, I always felt like my mom treated me different because I wasn't raised by my mom. My mom treated me different than the kids that she had living with her. I'm to this day not close with my siblings. So when I say Brittany's my little sister, like that really means something to me. Don't make me cry because I don't have a little sister. So because now you're gonna be talking about my family shit. So I always try to make sure I do things according to however I did it for you, how it's gonna happen for you. Like I went to Disney World. We went to Disney World for Bryson's, I think it was 7th birthday. So Langston's about to turn 6 this year. Where do you think we're going for his 7th birthday? Disney World. Everything happens the same because I never wanted to have a kid and it not be the same. Now, would it be the same reaction? No, I'm probably gonna be more pissed off because you my baby. What you doing getting your dick sucked in my living room?
It should be worse because he saw what happened to his older brother and he decided to try to be sick.
Absolutely,
it should be worse.
It is
not in terms of whooping, but like it should be into something.
I'm not gonna whoop him, but like
you had your first lesson was seeing what happened to him. Then you decided you was sick too.
Oh yeah.
I have a question.
I would be more hurt by him too because the same thing you said, like. You saw me go through this with your brother. Why would you go do that and disrespect my house again? So not only am I cussing folks out, now I'm emotional, now I'm pissed off, now I'm hurt because you're not my test dummy child. Like I don't say that lightly, but I mean like your first child is your child who's gonna try shit and they don't know no better. So you're not my test dummy child. What you doing? Some things you do know better.
That one you know
but
better.
You gotta test the waters.
Yeah.
People are gonna test the waters regardless, no matter what type of relationship it is. They gotta see what your boundaries are. You know what my boundaries are. You know this, and you still did it. So you don't fool with me at all. You don't like me.
So when Bryson you said when he was 7, I went to Disney. How old was
2?
Langston? 2. Ooh. Is it messed up for Langston to be like? I don't think we don't talk like that. He's young, but I don't think just based off the vibe, like I don't think he would ever do this. But would it be messed up for him to be like, well, I feel like it's not fair. Bryson technically got to go twice.
So did he?
I don't remember 2 years old. I couldn't do nothing. I only got to go really for real once to have fun.
Yeah. I don't think it'll be the last time they go.
Oh, okay.
I definitely don't. Like we'll take them back. And next time when they get a little older, we'll go to Disney and we'll go to Universal, do the package.
Man.
But I just want to make sure that the way he was celebrated, he celebrated. Like even down to the amount of birthday parties they've had, all of them are the same. This
obviously might change my mind once the time comes. I feel like one, you have to know your kid because child A might like all this extravagant B and have the party, but child B, I think Michael even said that his oldest son likes to be around his friends. His youngest son doesn't. So it'll be kind of like you could do that, but if Langston grows up and he's not that type of kid, would you then rearrange to fit?
Of course.
Because it's like, Bryson loved the parties and all this stuff, but Langston he may not be a party kid.
And it's crazy because it's the opposite.
2 friends and
it's the opposite. Bryson is now the kid who's like, I just want to go. This year for his birthday, he wanted to go to a nice dinner. He went to Stony River Steakhouse. He said, I want a chocolate cake. He got a chocolate cake. He said, I want my family there. He got his family there. I don't want anything I don't want any like tangible things. It's like, I want money. I want to put money in my account. We all gave him money to put in this account. He had his like specific thing in which it didn't bother me. I don't like no parties anyway. Parties give me anxiety.
Do
It's
you
stressful.
think at 13 years old, as a sign, or in Hispanic cultures, the quinceañera when they turn 15, kids should get a chance to, if they want, change their name to what they want it to be?
Yeah.
Really? Well, if you went back to 13, what would you, if you wanted to, what would you change your name to?
Something simple. I hated my name at that time. Like I was a girl living in the suburbs, and my name was Martika, and my last name was Finklia. So I'm Black.
Finklia. Oh, you're married now. That's what I don't remember.
Because I'm married and I'm Black. So I'm walking around here. My name is Martika Kiara Baldwin Finklia. Like, come on. Like, I just wanted to be normal. I didn't want to. I already have a big personality. I don't need to have a big personality and a unique name and a unique middle name. And I'm like, dude, can we just slow it the fuck down, please? It's too much. Yeah. I don't like it.
I think I will know at 13 I would have changed it. But I also know the stuff that I know now, I would have regretted it. Because I didn't know at that time I'm Dahama, then you got Ruby, Johan, Aaron, Jonathan, Michael, Freddie. So everybody gets a normal name and I'm Dahama. So at 13 I would have been like, I was supposed to get Alexander. I would have been like, yeah, just call me Alexander. Like, let me change it. But now that I've gotten older, I've learned that, well, that was my great-great-grandfather's name and my granddad named me, and
that's sweet.
So I would have hated. I wouldn't have regretted it. I would have loved Alexander. I think that's a cool ass name. Or Xander.
Alexander the Great.
Or Xander is a cool ass name. That's what I would have wanted to be called. But looking back, I'm like, dang, my granddad named me. It was his granddad's name, and like I'm the only grandchild he named. Everybody else got named by parents. So it was just like I still feel awake. I'm like, where the hell did Hama come from? Like, you got the regular people, Freddie and all of them, but it's just like, okay, I guess I am special. Besides the fact that I have a irregular
Would you name your son Alexander?
I never thought about it. Maybe a middle name. I never thought.
I like that.
Well, we never gave. What would you change your name to? If you, or would you have?
I actually like my name. So I wouldn't.
Did you like it at 13?
Yeah.
Okay.
She looks like a Brittany.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did she tell you about her real name? Or not her real name, but the name she's supposed to be? And did she tell you what I said?
So, okay. My parents had this slight lapse in judgment and was going to name me something out of this world. And he told me that if my name were to actually be that we would not be here today.
You wouldn't.
They wanted to name me Jamesia.
Can I ask why you wouldn't date her if her name was Jamesia?
I can't be. I've always had that. I can't have two random ass names. I already took that for the relationship.
If my name were Jamesia, though,
I don't think she would be like this.
Yeah, that.
How do you think?
I think your name has obviously your environment has a way, but I feel like your name has a lot. I don't think Alexander would have been.
Just like you can't trust Chris's because Chris
cross
applesauce. He's gonna cross you.
Ooh, crisscross. It has some good songs. Crisscross. The little.
That was a little before my time, but I just really want to get.
Me too, but I still knew about it. Yeah, go ahead.
So okay, so you feel like your name determines the person, right?
Not in every. I mean, there's some not. Of course, you got the crazy names, and they're still like real quiet, quaint. But I feel like it has
I'm boisterous because my name is Martika.
I feel like it has a hand in it. I don't think a Sarah would be. Not a Sarah. I don't think if your name was Sarah, you would be however you are. I don't know you.
I know plenty of wild Sarahs.
Our boss Sarah.
That's what I'm saying. Not Sarah in general. I'm talking about if her name was Sarah, I feel like she'd be different.
I feel like I would still be me. I would just be a boisterous Sarah. I would be a boisterous Lauren or Stacy or
I feel like
Annika. I would still be who I am. I don't feel like my name would change me.
No, I'm not. I don't mean like a 180, like a completely different person. But I feel like it does have and I know environment has way bigger.
Right. I was about to say I feel like my environment for sure had to do with who I am and my foolishness at times. But
yeah.
I feel like it's a rite of passage for young men in their some point in their teens to like not necessarily try their parent, but like they feel like they're hot shit. Like my brother, he's the only guy in the house. He's 14, 6 foot tall, so he thinks he's hot shit. Like when we come over every blue moon, all we see is the video game side of him. But obviously, there's when the video game shut off. My mom tells me a story. He's telling me he's talking back. He's doing this, and we'd be like, well, me, I always see him as a little brother. I'm like, what? When we come over, he's glued to the TV.
Right.
But do you ever feel like, how do you feel like you guys would, or would you leave it up to your husband? How do you feel like you would handle it when it's Bryson up, if it happens?
It will. It's already happening.
Do you feel like it'll be like because some parents, like I was in a whooping ass, I was gonna say whooping ass, in a whooping household with my aunt was not. She was like, boys are gonna be boys, but when they ever got disrespectful, she'd like, have one of our uncles come over and give him like the man to man.
My husband does this thing and it's so sexy, y'all. So when Bryson says something crazy, and especially if he does it in front of him, he was like, I know you're not talking to my wife like that. Like at the end of the day, this is my wife. Like you're not gonna disrespect my wife. And I'd be like, oh yes.
I like that.
He was like, don't disrespect my wife. He was like, when you get your wife, you better not disrespect her either, but I'd be damned if you let somebody disrespect your wife. He was like, y'all are gonna grow up, y'all are gonna leave, and this still gonna be my wife. So don't disrespect my wife. And I'd be like, ooh.
You would, well, in this scenario, yes. I have another scenario for you. Would you rather, because you're in a different position. She's in a different position. She's in a different position. That's all I'm going to say. So would you rather go to jail 5 years at least for something Sheldon did, or your mom go to jail for something you did?
My mom, she couldn't handle jail. So I would go to jail for something Sheldon did.
Esther's going to jail. The reason why I said it is because, and she gave me so much flack. And Mike he didn't agree, but he was like, I see where you're coming from. And we'll see what you say. But I was like, if I go to jail for something Brittany did, as much as I wouldn't want her to, there's no guarantee she'll be here when I get out. If my mom goes to jail for something I did, she'll still be with my mama when she get out.
No, she won't. She disowned you.
No,
if I go to jail for my kids, baby, I'm not your mama when we get out.
There was a part B. I was like, does it make it worse, or does it make it easier or worse if she doesn't know you're the reason why she went to jail? She just thought she got accused of something.
It makes sense.
And would you tell her? If she doesn't know, would you be like, yeah, mom, it's because of me? Or would you just come visit her every so often for the 5 years and be like, did you ever figure it out? Oh, dang, that's crazy, mom.
I couldn't do that. Like, I couldn't live on my conscience would like eat me alive.
Girl,
if I lied,
I couldn't even if my mom didn't know that I would have been the reason, I'm not putting my mama through that.
No. Not for me.
No, for me? Oh, no. Well, your situation, in your situation, you're the going. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm not. I guess I could see it. Only thing my coworker pointed this out today, because I asked them a question of the week too. But this was their last week question. He pointed out today. I'm sorry, I'm rambling. He was like, you're too focused on the fact that you don't want to go to jail instead of focusing on the fact that if you don't, your mom is going.
Right.
And I was like, no, I think I'll focus on exactly what I need to focus on. Especially because I didn't do it. If I did it and you caught me, I'll pay my dues.
But that's my man. So I don't expect you to take the rap for my man. Just like she's married to her man, my stepdad. I'm not taking the rap for him. That's your dude, you do it. Or he can go. I don't care. It's not my business. Y'all marriage.
Agree. I have a question. I'm going to have to ask it differently to each of y'all because y'all are different gender. But your spouse and your parent get into an argument.
My spouse, her parent?
No.
Oh, your spouse,
your spouse and your parent get into an argument.
I was about to say, he finna tell my parents to fuck off.
So Sheldon tells you, go to the car. Bruce tells you, sit on the couch. I tell you, go to the car. Esther tells you, sit on the couch. What y'all doing?
I'm going to. I didn't even want to be there anyway. I'm going to.
I love and respect my father, and I really do feel like he's a person that that's my parent, period, because that's the person that raised me. As much as I love and respect him, that's my man. I'm finna go.
Agreed.
You got your wife, and it was a time in life I didn't even like his wife. But and that's one thing I respected about my father. My father never let me disrespect my mother in my times of anger, and I never got to disrespect my stepmom. With that being said, that's my man.
Would you expect for him to respect your dad to respect you more for if you sat or if you left with your
I
husband?
don't care. You're not my
If
man.
you left. If
You think
left.
you think your Kevin would respect you more if you left with me versus sat down?
Honestly, yes, because same situation. You have your person. You are my person. Even if I don't agree with whatever y'all.
We'll talk about that when you get in the car.
100%. In public, I'm going to support you no matter what.
So what if it's just like that? Like he told you to sit because you were disrespecting his person, but I told you, nah, we're out. Because now he's telling you to sit because he needs to defend. He feels like he needs to defend his person.
So wait, I'm the one that's in the wrong?
You don't feel like you are.
Okay, pause.
I'm still leaving.
You're still leaving?
I'm the one that did something wrong.
I get what he's saying. So he's saying like, okay, you and your mother, y'all are having a heated discussion. You and your mom are not agreeing on something, and you're like, Mom, I'm grown, da 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 da, and he's like, that's your mom. You need to sit down. And Dahama's like, no, let's go.
Okay, yeah, I'm dipping.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm an adult. I hate to say it like this and be so crass, but that's my dad. That's not my man. I'm not fucking you. The bitch you fucking is over there in her room. Go discuss shit with her. Don't talk to me. I'm finna go with my man. We finna go. Goodbye.
That just reminded me of the Emma that I told story from, I think, when Dan Eric was here. So there was this couple, and the guy, I think they were like 6 months or later into their relationship. The guy tells the girl that, hey, I like to be called daddy. She lets him know.
Oh, I remember that.
That makes me uncomfortable. So the guy was like, hey, just give it a try.
The guy was like, okay.
Yeah. So the girl, in turn, when it comes to that time, was like...
This was Michael's first episode. I remember because I remember his reaction.
Yeah, the girl was like, yeah, you like that from grandma, right? So he was like...
I love it.
He was like, don't do that. That's so gross. And the girl's basically like, daddy. Well, that's how daddy makes me feel. I'm summarizing this from like weeks ago, so I don't think I'm doing it exactly how it is. But is she the asshole for, in turn, turning it?
No, because if I don't feel comfortable, that's just like my homegirl. I refer to my daddy as daddy because he is my daddy. Yeah. And I'm like, it's little girl shit, but when I come around, like, that's my dad. I'm expecting you to fix my light. I'm expecting I'm sitting next to my dad with my head on his shoulder. Like, that's my dad.
Yeah. So to this day, I walk up to my dad and I sit on his lap. And I dare somebody to say something.
I'm too big for that shit, so no.
But I have another game.
Go ahead.
Funny
enough, stemming off of that daddy situation, I don't call anyone else mommy or daddy. That's just,
I like that.
Him. But no one else gets the title of mommy. That, like, if I have a friend's mom that I'm close to, it's like, for instance, Ashley's mom, her name is Michelle. So it's Mom Michelle, but it's never mommy whoever or daddy whoever. I call Ashley's dad Pops. Like, I'll never give somebody the respect of mommy and daddy except my parents.
I do the same thing. I call my mom, then your mom is Mama Angela.
Yeah. Like, I'll call your mom Mom, but she'll never be called mommy.
That's for sweet, y'all, because my mother-in-law, she's Miss Harris or Hazel. She's never gonna be Mom. Ray is Ray. Mr. Harris. That's it. That's all I got for you.
Fair enough. I got another little. This is a small little game. I'm gonna list 4 things. You pick one to stay, and the others go missing for at least 3 weeks.
Okay.
So the first one's pretty easy. In my head it is. You got your phone, your wallet, your house key, or your car keys.
My house key. My house is all electric. I can just put in the code.
Phone to stay.
Well, so you're picking something to stay.
I'm picking something to go. Was I supposed to be picking something to stay?
Yeah, pick something that you
Oh, my bad.
Stay, and the rest of them go missing.
Y'all, I'm sleepy. I was actually yawning. I say my phone to stay.
And I just use the Google or the Apple Wallet.
Yeah, that's why I said phone, because I had my Apple Wallet, and then I already keep my license on the back of my phone. So
the next one is, since you don't have a pet, for you is child, but for you is pet. Pet/child, your parent, your significant other, or your best friend. And don't do that. My best friend is my significant other. We all have a best friend that's separate, and that's what I'm.
You were saying that for her, because
yeah.
Me, I stay. I feel like this. Oh, I'll let you answer now.
That's hard. Because that's my. You want me to choose my children or my man?
I feel like this one is. Well, before you said that, I feel like it was easy because in the scenario, you know they're coming back in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
If they just went missing.
Oh,
like
okay.
Yeah.
Definitely Sheldon, because yeah, my kids, if they just go on a little vacation with my dad or something, I'm cool with it.
But that's the thing, they're not going on. But you actually, besides me telling you,
you didn't say where they were going in 3 weeks.
Went missing.
Didn't know. I don't want to
answer that. Child, so you have to choose one.
I can't.
Oh shit!
I can't do that.
Like that.
I can't do
so
that.
That just reminded me of a scenario. Dang, how can I do it for you though? It's more so supposed to be act towards a guy. So pretend you're the guy and Sheldon's the girl. So you you guys are back. What, 5 years ago? No, 60 years ago, because you had to gestate him or whatever. So 60 years ago, Langston's about to be popped out. Boom. Sheldon is in the hospital, pops him out, or is about to pop him out, but something goes wrong. You have to choose either save
my
Sheldon.
man every time. I'm choosing, and I told him that, like, because my pregnancy was so bad.
Yeah.
I had an emergency C-section, and then I was bleeding out, and it was just a lot. So yeah, no, if it's between me and this baby, it's me. Hell.
Did you have a near-death experience as a child, or a baby rather?
No, I've been pretty decent. Do you?
Yeah, I had 2 knots in my umbilical cord.
Why are you laughing?
Yeah.
It's not a near death with me, but it's a near death with another kid. So my mom's first house, it was a 3-story house, and it had a balcony for each one. And we were on the 3rd floor balcony, and she had a college. She's an AK, or was an AK, because she said she's not active anymore. And they used to come over and visit. She had her own sons. The oldest one was a year younger than me, and which is the same age as the middle dumbass, and Jonathan. So we were trying to convince him. We were like, yeah, because right below the balcony you can see into the living room. We're like, yeah, man, just jump off there and land on it. We do it all the time. And
it sounded like you were the fourth dumbass.
And then he was just like, are you sure? And we were like, yeah. I guess like his conscience obviously something that's dumb as fuck. So we were like, I was like, man, Jonathan, don't worry about it. He's not cool. Let's just go downstairs. So we go down we take 3 steps and we hear, ooh. And then I look, and then Jonathan was like, what was that? And I was like, he jumped. He's like, are you sure? I was like, what else will make that? I'm 12 at this point. And I was like, what else will make that noise? So we run downstairs, run down the stairs, and then the moms come out and they're like, what's going on? And he's like, he told me to jump. And I said, now, why would I do that? and then my mom was like, you telling me? I was like, I wouldn't even jump. So why would I tell you this? Yeah, one nerve. I don't like the horoscope conversation. And what I mean by that is, if I ask you, do you feel like you're an angry person? And you'd be like, well, I'm a Taurus. I'm supposed to be angry. I don't like people that do that.
Yeah.
Like, because I indulge and I'm like, oh yeah, especially people, what I've learned from growing up is people either really like Geminis, but they really hate us. There's no like in between them. So it's always been like, oh, when's your birthday? As soon as I hear that, I already know it's going to be a conversation about, oh, you're a Gemini? Or it could be, oh, I love Gemini because my brother's a Gemini. I'm like, me and your brother being Gemini does not mean
y'all have any
similarities. But if you look at it, there's X amount of people on the earth, and there's only so many different horoscopes. That little horoscope you see in the newspaper, it's gonna fit somebody. There's no way it doesn't. But I just don't get it to the point of, I ask you, do you think you're generally an angry person? You're like, well, I'm a Taurus, so that's just how we are. I'm like, no, that's not how y'all are. Are you an angry person? Because your life experiences are different than the other Taurus and the other Hall. I don't get that part. I don't like that part.
Yeah. Okay. What's yours?
My hot take is Halle Bailey is pregnant. Y'all didn't believe DDG when he posted on, I think it was his Twitter. He ended up posting it on April Fool's Day, so y'all thought it was a joke, but he never said he was joking. So here she is, 6 months later. Big
That's
business.
funny. Funny enough, the Uncle Eugene is born on April Fool's Day.
Really?
And he's
So
like
is she.
somebody
considered,
else,
he's
yeah.
considered the goofy one of the family. Like, nobody ever takes him serious.
Oh wow.
Like you didn't hear him laughing and cackling while he was at my mom.
Well,
we were making fun of her because she took her tennis pictures, and he was like, "That's how I know you weren't playing tennis." Because he's like, "Where's the ball? Where's the ball in the picture?" And she's like, "The ball's right here." And he was just like, he's like the cameraman threw it up and said, "Swing it." So he was just going in. But yeah, he's definitely the jokester.
My hot take is actually going to piggyback on yours. I'm still on Twitter. I've let go of all socials except for X, not Twitter
Oh
anymore.
yeah.
But just watching people's reaction to is it Hallie? Hallie being pregnant, saying that she ruined her career, and even speaking on how she's pregnant, or not how, excuse me, who she's pregnant by. Like, oh, y'all messed up. You messed up the Disney bag, is what I saw. Let me say this. We've all made our own decisions in life. We've all done whatever we wanted to do. And I can guarantee the person that, you and I got pregnant by, they are not millionaires. Secondly, the movie is made. That woman is allowed to make any decision that she wants to, give her body to whomever she decides, and reproduce with whomever she decides. If you don't like it, don't look at her. Keep your minds open and your volumes turned up.
Please.